I'm Bob Dealey with Nat Side with Bob Dealey. We have amateur video wrestling production presenting to you 1 hour tape on Anatoly Belogladsov. This has already been completed. We are in the process of putting another one out on his more famous twin brother, Sergei Belogladsov. The Belogladsov twins are out of the Kiev area USSR. Was my trip there in 1983 to watch Anatoly win the World Game against Anatoly in a hardcore match. I have seen Sergei compete at least 15 times, and this was his 7th match. He won the round against Anatoly, who represented Japan in the 1984 Olympics and defeated Barry Davis to win the gold medal. Now, these two renowned Soviet athletes, between them have annexed 10 World Game titles, 3 Olympics. Respectively, Anatoly has 4 World Game titles and 1 gold medal in the Olympics. And here we have Sergei with 6 World Game gold medals and 2 Olympics. So these are renowned Russians. And incidentally, in my estimation, Sergei has been the USSR's goodwill ambassador for amateur wrestling. He's a very wonderful showman, and he has a lot of elan, and he gives a lot of class to wrestling. Now, in the 1988 Olympics, he won handily, but it was evident to me that there's a little slippage. He's at the advanced age of 33. He's coming out of retirement. He will take on John Smith December 26th at the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Grand Championship. The winner will get $8,000. The loser will get $2,000. So we are witnessing a stage of development in wrestling wherein it may lose its minor non-revenue status, and hopefully this will be the means wherein we will have Sergei against John Smith, so that wrestling will get its right media coverage in this day of sports and action-oriented wrestling. So here we are on the new aegis of perestroika and glasnost, so that we can present to you 1 hour film of wrestling. And it's amazing that they both have different techniques. Sergei is power personified, and Anatoly is cleverness, but they both combine the best aspects of Russian wrestling. So what we will be seeing in these 2 demonstrated tapes will be wrestling at its best.
Tom Falk, who's the facility here, Frank Mike, glad you can provide a mask and space here, open up the room for this occasion. Anatoly Belogladsov was a 4-time world champion, 1980 Olympic champion. I think he's now part of the national coaching staff for the Soviet national freestyle team. I've seen him do some officiating. Pretty fair. Not good to say that. Good official, great wrestler. Interpreter is John, I forgot his last name. Okay, so kind of go from here. I think we're just going to let him cover whatever he wants. Any technique, kicking him, whatever. So let it take over.
It's a great question. Any other questions? Any questions? You come from Russia? Or were you here? He said
beginning or now?
Let's introduce him. Look at him.
Okay, Mike. It's planned. It's planned. Do you understand this law?
Oh yeah, very fluent in the Slavic language. We have here Anatoly Belogladsov from Kiev, four-time world champion, 1980 Olympic champion. What he's doing is showing setups. Anatoly's, I think, around 33. He has a brother, Sergey. Natural twins. Sergey is very famous, probably even more than Anatoly. Ruslan hit that. Ruslan. Now what he's hitting a back heel, he's setting him up. That was hit by the Russian 125-pounder in the Toledo Games. Ruslan hit that against Charlie Hurd, the 125 USA. We're here at Franklin Heights, situated off of Demarest Road in the southwest part of Franklin County. We have a nice... Okay, that's we call a back heel off of a flying mare. Now watch the tie up here. He's got an overhook rather. Wrist tie. He takes him in a circle. This is circular wrestling. That's real good. He elevates that leg through the crotch and takes him to the mat. That's good. This is what we call upper body wrestling using the feet. This is a freestyle technique. Here. Free hook the leg. You can see he could either go inside or hit the left leg, go up the middle, or penetrate off the right leg and throw the hip toss. Now what he's doing very good there, he hits a duck under, but he really pops the guy. Watch it here. Watch the way he takes that head. Yeah, it snaps him down. The guy comes up, and he comes through him with a back heel. All right, he's going to do it again. When here he goes. Okay, he gets a body lock out here. Anatoly has a body lock. Now watch the position of the feet here. Now watch the way he pulls those elbows in there. Watch this here. This is good.
Очень много вариантов здесь бросать. Первый вариант. Опять же, все время использует движение противника. Использует движение противника, понимаете? Да.
What he's emphasizing is movement here. Now watch the way he cranks the back there. See, he cranks it in, steps in. See, he moves them around. move him around, move him around. He gets a circle, and he hits the same back heel trip off of that. So in other words, he has 3 or 4 setups off the same move. See how that's beautiful. Sort of a ballet rhythmic type of wrestling. He's using technique, and he penetrates. Watch the leg go. There, oh, that's, see, in other words, he gets past his opponent's center of gravity there. But the main thing is, now he's taking variations of the same hold. He hit that same hold 3 different ways. Step it. So you have to have flexible hips to execute these holds. Now he's going to go upper body here. Okay, he has a center of balance. Watch the center of balance here. The reason why we're laughing, he's going to take a flying approach, but he was ready to throw him there if he wants to.
You have to go down the side where you're stuck in the leg. Don't run first. This is wrong. Going on this
Или в это положение я пошел, уже все, уже пошла вот так.
Go around the side of it where he has his leg out.
Даже с этого положения. То есть работаем руками. Работаем руками от тела.
See, in other words, he's going to set up one way and then throw the other way. Step through. So that's...
У меня никак отсюда не будет, здесь ничего опасного.
They're showing us there's a lot of variations off the same move.
Сразу вниз надо сесть. Сесть надо вниз сразу.
Take him down.
Да. Как только пошла нога,
Take him down with his arms.
с этого же положения, смотрите, еще есть вариант.
Now he's got an overhook. What he's emphasizing is the foot position there. And then he hit a Russian whiz. No, that's a simple jab whiz, yeah.
Combination of deception, take his leg out, and then take him down.
Now they hit a variation there where the head is more important. Boy, you got that pretty good, huh?
Еще раз.
Again,
Можно такое движение сделать, или схватить.
got an overhook.
А сразу здесь натянуть руку. Видите, что рука не висела внизу, натянуть ее.
See how he rotates that elbow there. Watch the way he takes that elbow. It sets up a jab whiz. Steps in. Guy steps out. The Russian whiz is a little more elaborate than the jab whiz. Wait.
Пожалуйста, пожалуйста.
Now the youngsters are going to do it. In other words, Anatoly Belogladsov shows you why wrestling is such a supreme art in the Soviet Union. They take a simple hold and they may have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 variations off of it. We saw the body lock. We saw how he uses the back heel. We saw him hit the flying mare. We saw how if you block him, he'll set up a Jap whiz, or the Russians call it a Russian whiz. It's a little more complicated, but it's a very beautiful move because it's using technique and speed, and your center of balance and point of gravity must be under full control. So there's a premium on having speed united with strength and technique to come up with winning wrestling. And now the youngsters will watch them do a little practicing here, see if they can incorporate the latest technique. Belogladsov Jr., one of the giants in the wrestling world. Joe happens to be a specialist in Greco-Roman. You have your exceptional rating, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Very good. Now, how many years have you had it, Joe?
5.
All right. Now, Joe Scalzo Sr. was the originator, the creator, and it is due to his dad's efforts that we have the World Cup games, and we really had a great one, didn't we, last year?
It was exciting. It was exciting. It was in March and April this year.
Oh, it was in April.
Right.
What does the World Cup game signify to you and the Scalzo family?
Well, it's the history of the World Cup. It's the idea of crowning the team champion. And for the family, it's something to continue on with what my father started, but the idea is to bring wrestling to the world, to the United States. It's been in Ohio, northwestern Ohio, for the last 17 years, and we get more people from the Columbus area than we do from the Toledo area, which we can't understand since we have it there. Northwest Ohio, southeast Michigan, central Ohio. 30, 40 states were represented, 3 or 4 provinces of Canada, 20 countries, and yet the majority of the people come from outside the metropolitan Toledo area.
Well, you're like a prophet without honor in your own country.
I don't know about myself, but Father attempted. We had a good show. We did win. At least the dual meet, we did win.
We beat the Russians, but they have a complicated quota system wherein all teams involved, so we lost, what, 119 to 117 to 109.
How about 5 or 6 points?
Now, Joe, can you assure us that the World Cup games will be at Toledo next year, or is this a year-by-year negotiation?
Well, it's a year-by-year, but right now it was given to us, and if we can get the backing from the people, not just from Northwest Ohio, from throughout the state and the region, we can have it back. Should be the last weekend of March or the first weekend in April, and we should have it back in Toledo again.
Very good. Okay, Joe, and thanks for coming down to Columbus to give us your enlightenment on the World Cup games, and hopefully it will be in Toledo for many years to come.
Thanks, Bob Dealey.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
To pick up that technique, you have to have a lot of fluidity. Now, the guy that hit it in the World Cup games was, we have Tom Clark out of the greater Toledo area. Right. Tell us where you're from, Tom.
I'm from Fostoria.
Fostoria. But he's an integral part of the World Cup games there in the capacity of a scorer. What is your official rating?
I'm a scorer, timer, whatever, scorer mostly.
Okay, now Tom, what do you do when you get these great international crises where we had the Russians at 220 arguing with the Americans? Are you an intermediary, or do you have a good set of ears, or what is your function, or are you a historian?
I just wait until the mat chairman tells me to put up the points, Bob. That's about all I do. I don't get involved in any of that.
I thought you were the center of a hurricane up there.
I did too for a while.
Well, I like those hotly contested. It gives a little elan to the sport, and we need as much action off the mat as on the mat. Well, Tom, hopefully we'll see you up there in Toledo for generations to come.
I hope so.
Okay.
Thank you, Bob.
Take care. Anatoly Belogladsov. Mr. Falk was a great wrestler over at Defiance. Bluffton. Well, that's pretty close. Why were you so gracious to give us the facilities today? I mean, this is a great contribution from the Southwest school system, and we're very thankful that you are our host.
Well, basically, Jim Jordan is a neighbor of mine, and Jim and I are pretty close. He called me, and originally they tried to go to the French Field House.
Well, wait a minute now. If Jim Jordan is your neighbor, you have a conspiracy. No, go right.
Okay. And Jim couldn't get the field house and asked if I would be open to this. And of course, this is one of my goals, is to try to get some recognition out here. And I was happy to host it. So we came to Franklin Heights. We tried to get some more kids in. I called some schools and had it in the newspaper, but not a bad turnout considering we had a week to prepare for it.
This is what, April
23rd.
So with the girls budding and the trees blooming, I think you got a nice cross-section of the wrestling community.
Sure.
And thank you for your efforts on behalf of wrestling, and I hope you get a few real good kids out next year.
Thank you, Mr. Daly.
Okay, Tom. They more or less originated the 2-on-1 tie-up. Now what he does, he takes that wrist, overhooks the armpit, the upper portion of the arm. With his left hand, he takes the wrist lift. Oh, now what he did there, he neutralized that whole arm. Now watch the way the foot goes to the mat. It's like a hook slide into second base. He pulls him. He gets the balance underneath. He moves him around. That's the main thing. He gets a lot of movement there. That's what does all your wrestling. And he puts him right into an impact situation. Watch the movement here again. Oh, that's beautiful. It's all balanced there, see. Premium on balance. Now, watch his hip. See, everything's off the hip. High head, low hip. High head, low hip. Watch the footwork here. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. He gets him coming to him. There it is. He yanks him. 1, 2, 3, boom. Again, the hips are low, the head's high. The reason being, if the hole is missed, he can recover without being scored on. Now he has as his demonstration partner, Jason. Jason Allen, son of Pete Allen, great clinician. Now, right off of that move, we hit a duck under. Again, 2-on-1. He moves him around. He comes push. See how he manipulated that? And then he's ready for what we call a suplex. A suplex is a 4-point move. 2-on-1. Let's see if he overhooks his own wrist. Now here's a variation. Now he's gonna, there it is. That's the hole he showed originally. We call that a flying mare with a back heel trip. Flying mare with a back heel trip. You got a 2-on-1. Jason counters. Now in freestyle wrestling, if both shoulders impact and they're held for a second, that is a pin. Now notice where the hips are when he completes all of his moves. Now he's going to step in. All right, there was a little better hip action there. Took a flying mare, But what he did there, he steps through and destroys the center of gravity, the point of balance. Watch this foot in it. Oh, he gets a headlock here.
Oh, this is because of where his feet are.
Yeah, everything, yeah, his feet work is the emphasis here.
Feet is why he's making these selections.
2-on-1, 2-on-1. See, in other words, he's showing how to hit 3 or 4 moves off the 2-on-1, or what we call the Russian tie-up. Gets the fireman right off of there. Call this all There's a lot of variations there. Oh boy, now he can hit a jab whiz right off there if he wants to. There's the position for completing a fireman. He dumps him over, trades off. He goes to the hips. See, everything's hip to hip.
There's not a variation.
Now Jason's an 8th grader, and the nice thing about Belogladsov's technique, he's not hurting the kids. See, this is good. Sometimes our demonstrators, there's his duck under. Watch, 2-on-1, the duck under, back heel. Yeah, that's very important. Watch the footwork. He's emphasizing that. How he uses the foot to trap the back leg there and immobilize and complete the move.
Would you have him go through the very first trip and let us try that and go through the variations?
He's going to hit his flying mare. He's got that 2-on-1, 2-on-1, but
How much of a step does he take with this foot? Does he bring that foot up much?
what he gets is a push-pull, push-pull. Everything originates off the feet. Watch his leg movement here. Push, pull, push, pull. He's pushing, then he'll get him coming back. Push.
Когда он на меня, обязательно, если он стоит, стоит. И я стою.
They're both standing.
Нельзя делать.
Don't do it if you're just standing.
Нажать, пока он пойдет против.
You have to move it.
Делать движение.
Yeah, see, what he's emphasizing is to get that man coming into you. To get that push-pull.
Is this why the Soviets seem to lean so much when they get into this position?
Технично. Внимание, это тактика. Это тактика.
Tactics.
Это тактика. Ни один прием, ни один прием.
What he's emphasizing is tactics or technique, wherein you set your man up. If he counters you, then the Russians usually have 3 or 4 or 5 other counters. So they're set up.
На каждый прием есть защита.
For every move, there's a defense.
Есть контрприем, на каждый прием.
Everyone knows a defense.
Если вы хотите, я могу показать те приемы, и подобрать защиту конкретно. Если, например, вот есть защита, он сказал, допустим, зал, что меня бросает зал. Зовут за зал.
If you're going to show it,
Бросай меня. Я бросаю защиту.
Yeah, there's the block. Now, what Coach Anatoly is showing us, for every move, there's a counter move. It's the way the hand, watch the way he'll flip that hand. Watch. Now, they have a different tie-up there. Now, he rotated, right. Yeah. So what he's demonstrating, for every hold, there's a counter hold. Now, all he did was limp arm. Yeah. Well, what he's doing is rotating the arm, and that makes it limp. See? Now he'll re-drag him, slap him to the mat. got our 2-on-1 there. Push, pull, pull, pull. Oh. What he emphasized was the leg trip in addition to tactics. Formerly of Grove City, Mentor, Ohio, now situated in the growing metropolis of Worthington. Pete, have you seen anything here so far? Pete's a great clinician. If you meant to, you know, the youngsters today have a lot of problems, but if you mentioned clinic, Pete would say where and take off. So what have we seen today that you would like to elaborate on?
A lot of advanced moves. Hopefully we'll get to more simplistic moves here in a little bit. But I was just wondering about what his status is with the Russian team.
Very good question. Now the Russians use their famous athletes as trainers. We call them coaches. So his primary responsibility is the 52 kilos or 14 and a half. Little Dmitriev is in charge of the 48 kilos, 105 pounders. Anatoly, who wrestled Mills up in the World Cup and lost at the last second, is in charge of the 14 and a half. His more famous brother, Sergey, is in charge of the 125 and a half. He just retired. So the Russians use their great wrestlers in a very precise way. They take and give him all the national rated youngsters at that particular 14 and a half. So that's his specialty. And he's a prominent member of the Russian overall international team in a coaching capacity.
What's the ramifications if his guy loses?
Well, in the era of perestroika and glasnost, they suffer their losses. But they better produce. So if not, the Russians take care of their athletes, but wrestling is a specialty, and they have it at a specialized level where it's almost a curriculum at the university. So I guess they go to the wood pile if they don't produce, like anybody else. Even in capitalist America, we got to produce. Okay, we're getting a different version here. We're getting a change off. He has the single. Now they'll run it. Watch the way he runs this. He elevates it this time, back heels. I think he'll hit might hit a short dump here. See if he changes off. You wrote, there it is, the short dump. I predicted it with unerring accuracy in that case. Watch. Now watch the way the hips come underneath there. There it is. Oh, that's beautiful. To a high Turk, to a pin right off of there. Again, now watch the back come underneath. Then he switches to a double. He likes that high Turk. That's a great combination. Our translator now hit a double here, I think. All right, now he's showing you how to break the single. You take an overhook, control the head. Jason's still alive. Jim, you notice their hand situation's a lot different than ours?
No, I think it's the same. Backhand over front, watch. I think
Okay.
you're going to see something about this, watch. When he grabbed the single leg, I think Allen kid's doing it wrong.
Okay.
Watch when he grabbed the single leg. He's on his backhand.
Okay, we'll get over here and start elucidating here. All right, we have here Jim Jordan, our assistant coach over OSU. And
Wait till when he gets back on the single, I'll show you what I mean. The old standard counter there.
that's the old standard counter when a guy doesn't.
He's kind of parallel with you, so you can grab his leg and keep the whizzer. The thing I like best about this defense is this one I would do too is you always get a good tight whizzer and it's sort of close. See how he's grabbing the.
Yeah.
When he puts a whizzer and he gets it deep and he tries to grab his leg a little bit, he's not really doing it much, but it's kind of a close whizzer. Blue ball likes that crap, you know. He's grabbing the other hand now. That's a little different.
Yeah.
Because most of the time you grab
He can give him his wrist there, couldn't he?
Yeah.
If he wanted to. I mean, he could say, "Here's your wrist, son."
Yeah.
Wait. Other than, let's see, last year you saw him in competition against Joe Gonzalez. He was at the advanced age of 32, 33, so Joe beat him, but he did hit him with a heck of a lateral drop. You happen to remember that move? Yeah?
I know it was I remember he did score, but I remember he looked kind of slow too. As
Yeah.
he looked a lot slower than what you were used to seeing him wrestle, and a lot slower than his brother wrestles. This is good. He's got his hip turn. Even though his
Yeah,
butt's
everything's
in the
off the hips here. Now watch where it sit on the hips. Look at darn Jason. Pretty good, Jason.
This JC kid gonna be an animal. You know, I think I'm gonna start recruiting him right now.
Well, the only problem is Pete's sort of severe on Jason.
Kid's strong. You can tell. Already.
Yeah. He was over in Genia. I'll have to ask Pete how he made out yesterday. See,
Slip the shoulder. That's the key right there. If you get the shoulder slipped out, you can cross slip him all day. That's Randy Lewis. I know that person.
Now he's going to hit a crouch lift. Here he's setting it up. Now watch the way he runs it.
Don't pull him into you. Yeah. It's just like Hellickson. This way Hellickson shows you. Don't pull him into you. Take him over his head.
But you don't see the crouch lift anymore. It's a rarity.
It is.
Everything's gone.
Gut wrench. Gut wrench, yeah.
And the gut wrench 10 years ago wasn't even known.
I know. And that cross slip was a big move. Hellickson used to live on the cross slip. He
I know
never
he
did a
did.
gut wrench. I know.
It shows you how the sport is evolving.
Yeah. Well, the gut wrench is the best turn in wrestling. That's why they only let you do it one time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that
Who
simple.
invented it?
I have no clue. You probably want to give the Russians credit, don't you?
No. No.
Where's Blue Ball? Argue with you.
All right. There's a leg lace there. We have a real good leg lace. Let's see if he hits that leg lace again.
This is their number one finish on the single leg.
That's what.
I think.
All right. This is the.
Thigh
All right.
crack.
All right. Now this is the way he trapped. This is the way Fasayev trapped Nate Carr right off of that move. Watch it now. Hit a leg lace. Now watch the way he traps that. Really got that calf.
Tight.
Yeah. He can hurt him there. Jason belly down pretty good there.
Just look at him and tell him he's tough. This 8th grader's got muscles like a high school.
Yeah.
He's solid already.
But I guess it's going to show.
Yeah, see, they go right for that.
Yeah, you know what you should do here? This is someone this guy showed me last week. Well, he's got Jason's leg trap, but Jason should just walk his hips right to his head. Punch him in a ball and make him go to his back. You know what I mean? The guy took the leg base. The guy bends like Boston's bending, and he just walked his butt towards him. It's kind of a cool move. It's a pretty cool move. But right now, if he's got hold of your legs, it's tough.
Yeah,
to turn.
yeah.
That's
You can't
what
turn.
he's saying. The counters, I think.
That's the counter, yeah. That's the counter. Now he's going to go to the
Back to this side.
inside hips. He probably weighs about 35, 40 now.
You think he weighs that much?
No, he's not that heavy.
I would say 25, 30.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's a long way down 14 for him.
Well, he can't make it anymore. That's why.
That's why he's retired.
But look how nice. See, that's what Fasayev did. Yeah, Fasayev did that right to Nate Carr and turned him twice off the leg lace. We have here Jim Jordan, assistant coach of the Buckeyes, recuperating from a strenuous Olympic year. You're back in good shape again?
Yeah, it's coming along.
You got the doctors okay?
Yeah, I'll be competing this summer.
Okay,
Canadian
now,
Cup will be my first one.
Tell all of your adoring fans the nature of your injury and what you've done to overcome it.
I had a disc problem. It's causing me a lot of pain in my arm. I lost a lot of strength in my left arm. So they did a surgery where they call a fusion. They took the disc out, took a piece of bone off my hip, and went in right here. I have a scar, and they went in and they fused it together. So my hip's still a little sore, but my neck feels fine. My back feels all right.
Well, Jim is a very modern youngster. He had a woman doctor do it, so that shows a lot of faith in the opposite species there.
That's right. That's right. That's right. No one's ever accused me of being sexist.
No.
Right.
And, Jim, well, what does the future project as far as your wrestling career, other than your coaching role? We want to know, are you going to reactivate yourself as a freestyler?
Yeah. I mean, for a while, you know, when I was hurt and after the Olympics, I think I was thinking about maybe stopping, retiring, those sort of things. But I'm going to keep wrestling now, and I think I'll be going back to 36 and a half.
Well,
I might as well.
On behalf of the missus, I was glad to see you take out more insurance at the NCAA. I had my hearing aid up at full level. And good luck, Jim, and hopefully you do a good job on recruiting this year.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, you turn.
Очень плотно. Если будет там противник двигаться, если может двигаться, вот, если будет двигаться, он уже неправильно делает. Он должен его прижать к ковру, а ковру прижать, чтобы нельзя было двигаться. Упора, видите, рукой. Вот. Видите, сейчас тяжело. Сейчас тяжело уже бороться. Понимаете? Упор обязательно рукой, ковру тяжело. Если он вот так сидит, уже неправильно. Он должен его обязательно прижать. Давай, если схватку сделаем. Просто поборись. Я поборюсь.
My biggest problem
that back heel there?
Here, get this out of my pocket.
Now what's happening here, Anatoly's letting him get in, and then he's doing what we call corner moves. See, hit him with a body lock, headlock combination. All right, now what see, we're the only country in the world that doesn't have international rules solely. We have a combination folk style, and the international rules were called freestyle. All right, Anatoly. Okay. Now what he did, he hit a front headlock there. Hit the leg lace. Now he's gonna go, he's got it. Keep going, got two, he can go 3, 4, 3. Okay, lets him go. Now what we're seeing here is Anatoly lets him hit, sits on the head, comes on over, he'll do a crotch lift, got a body lift now, variation, come up to the head, picks him up, Jason's getting a lot of new techniques, going through the air at points and leverages he never felt previously. He's got that arm underhook.
Oh, I love that.
There he goes again.
That's the one I think.
Hit it 3 times in a row. We're seeing a 4-time world champ, an Olympic champ, using the same hole. Good job, you got 2 there, Jason. Now watch again, Anatoly Belogladsov will let him hit the move. He's got it. Now watch the counter. This is where the Russians are where they excel. They have 5 or 6 sequential counters off of your initial. All right, he's going to take the head. Got that arm, pops him over. Everything's off the hip. Jason's a little bewildered now. It's got to come up. Now, notice how Anatoly plants that foot there when he wants to stabilize himself. There it is. Okay, he does one of his patented lifts. Now this is where wrestling's a lot of fun. Here we have a great Olympiad, great World Cup, a great World Game champion, working out with a youngster. The sheer joy of wrestling and all of its manifest glory is now evident. Anatoly is at the ripe age of 33. One of their top-notch Soviet coach responsible for the 52 kilos. In other words, he has access to all the youngsters in the Russian system that are wrestling 52. His famous brother Sergey has the 57 kilos. And we have Roman Dmitriev with the 48 kilo man. Alexiev takes care of the 36. So they have their program really oiled to where at any stage of development, a youngster is closely scrutinized, supervised, and coached to reach the top level. And we have here as our guest, John Shoemate, the publisher of First Move, the one, the only John Shoemate. John, you've completed a rather successful year. What's in the foreseeable future? I see you have a camp coming up in August, is it?
Mm-hmm. August 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
And give us a little background.
We got Kenny Monday, his only appearance in Ohio, the Olympic gold medalist. We've got Ken Shurto's an Olympian who's from Penn State, 3-time All-American. We've got Russ Hellickson, Jim Jordan. We've got Harry Hushka's going to be coming in. We've got some top high school coaches, and it should be one of the finest camps in the country.
What about your famous golf outing? I heard something in the works about that, John?
That's for something that I want to make a special event each year and have the top coaches who have placed highly with their programs in the state get together with their wives and enjoy some time away from wrestling with wrestling people.
You mean away from their wives?
No,
okay.
with other people.
No.
And take the dollars from that and as a group decide to take those dollars and donate it to some type of cause that will help wrestling.
Okay, that's humanitarian, or as Cliff would say, what's the fancy word we use there when we have egalitarian concept. But anyway, there was one other aspect. Oh, you're taking a trip to a bunch of kids to Colorado spring?
That is going real slowly. I'm not sure that that's going to happen.
Okay.
We'd like to, and I think it's a good deal. And
why don't you hook up with Bart? Bart could facilitate that.
Because we're not interested in the competition.
Oh, you mean he's competition? I didn't know that. Okay.
No. He wrestles duels on the way out. We just want to go out to.
All right, John. Good luck with first move, and may the gods be kind to both you and me. Call a high Turk. Let's see how he moves off this high Turk. I like the way he takes that head. That's not good. Yeah, that's a better technique. See what he's saying? Watch the way he grabs that head there. Instead of going across the face, you anchor that head, and now you got a bar arm with a high cross. Pinches the head, elevates the arm. Here, we got to get over here. Now that his competitive days are over, Anatoly gets more out of a kick out of teaching. In fact, one of the things about wrestling, you can use it as a device to work out. And when life doesn't make sense, you wrestle. And you use the younger kids to train them and to get your good workout. So these will be the golden years for Anatoly. Even though his career has terminated, his value as a coach will increase in proportion to the number of successful aspirants he trains. So his legacy will live on. Here, the great Russian wrestler, Anatoly Belogladsov from Kiev. It's been my good fortune to know Anatoly. I've watched him wrestle since 1977, was the first time world champion. Mexico City.
Yes.
Right, okay. 1979 over at San Diego.
Yes.
Okay, 1980 at Moscow.
Yes.
Right, okay, you tell us the rest. Okay. Now we have here Mr. Tussle, our interpreter, and where are you from?
I'm from here in Columbus.
Oh, you're with the university?
Yes.
And you're on the staff there?
No, I'm not on the staff, I'm just a student.
Okay. Now, what we noticed today, Anatoly seems to have more fun than anybody else. You tell him that.
Сегодня кажется, что у вас больше довольства здесь, чем
У них?
Чем всех.
Мне интересно работать. Я работаю тренером, поэтому в национальной команде работаю тренером. Поэтому мне интересно работать.
He said he likes working. He's a national coach, and he just likes working with people.
All right. Now, as national coach, he's responsible for everybody at 52 kilos, 114 and a half pounds.
Как национальный тренер, это ваша ответственность.
52 кило, yes.
Да.
Весовая категория 52 килограмма.
He said yes. He's responsible for everybody in the 52 kilogram class.
And my good friend Roman Dmitriev has 48 kilos. And your brother Sergey has 125, 57 kilos. Ask him when he's going back home.
Когда вы возвращаете в СССР?
25 числа.
The 25th.
25th. Well, it's good to have you in America, and hopefully I can get back to Kiev. I like Kiev chicken, tell him.
Он говорит, что очень хорошо, что вы в Америке, и он хочет, чтобы он может путешествовать в Киев, потому что он любит курицу.
I was over in Kiev in 1983, and I got this book.
Он был в Киеве.
Чемпионат мира. Я его видел там.
Yeah. And I was very fortunate to have Anatoly sign it there. Okay, and thank you for coming to Columbus, Ohio. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Look at that. Yeah. Now watch the way he takes that hit. What he's saying is the setup here. He hits an arm drag off the setup. Now what's good about that arm drag, he steps into the guy, not away. You got to step into him. This is what he does so well. Watch it here. Now he gets his 2-on-1. Russian tie-up, hits a single. He impacts it with the shoulder. Watch here. They go elbow to elbow. Kasimakov, the great Russian heavyweight, used to hit that move. Has got a front chancery. What's he doing? He's changing off. He allows the man to come on up. Snaps him down, comes on up. It's a knee tap off a head tie-up. This is the first thing you do with a wrestler. You see if his balance is right. You snap him down, and if he comes on up, you hit a double or single. Now he goes to the knees, but when he lifts, he's in a good position because the center of gravity is way past his opponent's center of gravity. Oh, there's a nice one. He went to the hip. Watch the hip again. Popped. Very good. Now, if you notice, they have a lot of underhooks and overhooks. Our kids don't work enough off of those tie-ups. Hey, Pete, watch this counter. All right, what's it going to do is redrag. Yeah. Just pop the wrist there, blow by on the wrist.
He's emphasizing not going to his knees.
Yeah, now he pulls down. This is a little more involved, right there. If you miss the pull down, then you could hit the legs and finish off your move. That leg lace.
Take it around the circle.
Now, what Belogladsov is emphasizing, you go from one move to another. We call that sequential wrestling. You're not satisfied with just taking that man down. The object is to put him in a precarious position and pin him. All right, watch here.
Pull yourself and push to the side.
Just call that a blow-by there. But he goes for the underhook a lot. But I think what we have to emphasize in all these moves he's showing us, what is important is how he moves his man. Everything is moved as don't go to those knees. That seems to be endemic on the American scene. You only go to your knees when you pray. It's all right to hit your knees, but come right up off of it. What we're seeing is sequential movement. All right, take a headlock there, move them. Anatoly's playing quite a bit of attention to his training partner there, Jason Allen. I might see Jason over there in Kiev in a few years.
He must have liked his character, huh? He
Yeah.
challenged him a little bit.
That's the one.
Oh, yes. Можно нет? Это другой вариант, другой вариант. Есть отсюда, есть вот. Есть сюда. What's this hand?
Now see how that has to be, you were sideways, no. That way that. Unless you're spread on that base, you get yours, just like you said. Good and slow.
You remember when you did that one where you slid to your hand? But see, run him over. I mean, you know what I mean? If somebody sees me right like this, and if they see me, they're just going. Well, oh, I know that.
It's basically made
When he brings out, you grab it.
All right, we're getting into what we call the gut wrench, which is... Here, get over on the other side there.
Вот на ноги, только между ног противника положил, вот. Видите, вот. Сюда, залезали меня. Смотри, понимаешь, что это ошибка?
Это ошибка.
Да.
Это его ошибка.
Моя ошибка. Он за меня пойдет.
Okay, don't let him get your legs over that way.
Don't let him throw that hip into the face, is what he's saying. All right, now what he does, he blocks the hip by circling that leg. Now he's going to hit a gut wrench. A gut wrench is where you have both hands around your opponent's, but he got the left hip underneath, the right hip to plant, and then he does what we call a gut wrench. He arches high, takes his... Now this is the most popular, what we call parterre or mat hold, to score points. Circle the body, plant that leg. Now this is so effective that under the rules today you can't hit it 2 times in a row, see. Now what he's doing, he gets the leg, the knee, or the hip inside there. So the secret again is how he plants that leg there, but the hip has to be underneath there, see, so that when he arches, he has a full turn. Okay, now see where that knee is? Boom. 10 years ago, there wasn't such a thing as a gut wrench. It's been about 10 years that it was introduced to the wrestling world, and it is the predominant hold for scoring points off the mat. And you score a point when your opponent's shoulders are brought past the 90-degree plane. So you don't need much to tilt there. Now what he did there, Set him up one way, got the resistance, takes him on over. But like we said, we cannot have a sequential, you can't hit 2 gut wrenches because the rules state if you hit a gut wrench, you have to break the hole, then hit another, score another point, then you can go back to the gut wrench. Now what he's staying, you get a wide base, head high, hips low, arch, get in. Notice the hips there, wide base, low hips. Watch this. See, he turns his hip into him. Turns it again. Always turning your hip into that man. Come on over. See how you trap him? Okay, again. This is one of our better, see, got that hip high. You turn it into the man, whichever way it attacks you. Grab that leg. That was a very good demonstration. That is about the best summation I've seen on how to block that. Very effective, and it's very simple, very elementary, and all your great holds in life, all your great accomplishments are based upon fundamental, simplistic concepts that must be ingrained into the psyche, whether it's athletics, arts, science, logic, or even altruism. Son of Pete Allen, Jason, are you going to take a bath for a month since you had the great Anatoly Belogladsov to work with?
No.
Well, tell us what you just said. Now, what we just saw here, Jason was the partner for Belogladsov. Anatoly is his first name. And tell us what he was doing to you to get the gut wrench on you.
Well, he'd wait till I would breathe out, then he'd squeeze me. And
then you couldn't
breathe in, breathe back in. And then it just took me over.
Maybe we should keep that technique to ourselves, see? Maybe you got something there. In other words, he came all the way from Russia to learn that technique, see? So this is very profound wisdom. We're getting one of the secrets here. And hopefully you can use that. Jason, what do you feel like in being his training partner? Did you circumnavigate new worlds? Did you enter, did you see the universe from a different perspective?
Yeah.
Okay, now, how much of this do you think you can absorb into your future training?
A lot of it.
Well, you know, we're using your dad's film, so when we get this, hopefully you go over it, and I'm sure what I saw here last was the best thing I'd seen, how to block gut wrenches, how you throw that hip into the guy, whatever way. So hopefully we'll have a lot of film for you reviewing. And Jason's an 8th grader, and how much more freestyling will you be doing this summer?
A lot.
A lot. Jason's still into soccer? Oh, soccer?
Not anymore.
Okay. All right. Well, Jason, we really appreciate you being the workout partner for the great Anatoly Belogladsov, and I'm sure that will be one of your fondest remembrance. Let's hope about 8-10 years from now you go over to Kiev and beat one of his boys. Okay. Thank you.